Hey, heathens. I was watching a video by The Unmasked Magician, who I really enjoy his work, and you should check him out if you haven't already. And he did one on Sylvia Browne, who is a self proclaimed psychic, who had her heyday back in the early 90s. She was on the Montel Williams show quite regularly. She was on Larry King Live from time to time as well, and several other places. Got to be quite notable as psychics go. She has since lost a lot of steam, and after watching his video, I wondered where she was now. I hadn't heard anything out of her. Of course, I wasn't exactly keeping up with her either, but after hearing the name, I just had to check it out. And lo and behold, this woman is still around. A little background on her. Sylvia Browne is 74 years old, and in 1992, she was convicted of investment fraud and grand theft. She was cut from many different shows after being basically ousted as a fraud. Big surprise there, right? Um, this woman is a very, very despicable person. I'll leave a link to the Wikipedia article on her, and you can read the details of these yourself. But she's had so many times that she's been wrong that it amazes me that anyone allowed her to continue as this happened. For example, she very incorrectly predicted that Bill Bradley was going to win the 2000 election. She thought that bin Laden was already dead, and she thought that by the end of 1999 there would be a cure for breast cancer, all of which are categorically false. She's also claimed to be 85% accurate on missing persons reports and all that, when the truth is not even close. And worse than that is that she's tried to weasel money out of people who are in vulnerable situations. People like a family whose child was missing, who she told them the child was dead, and that she was in communication with this child, and that for a fee she would talk to the child with them so they can have some closure or whatever her thought process was there. Turns out the child was still alive, and they found the child and is now safe at home. So after being outed for all of this and busted repeatedly, she lost popularity on the television circuit. You'd think people would lose all confidence in this woman and completely leave her behind. Nope, she's still around. I found that Sylvia Browne was still making predictions. She still has her little tour and gives lectures, and people hire this woman for various things, as absolutely disgusting as that would be. She did a video where she did predictions, or some sort of a broadcast where she did predictions for 2009 and 2010. Let's see how she did. I'd like you to keep in mind that the 2009 predictions was on a channel claiming, in the username, of course, that they were real psychics here. On another channel here, for the 2010, she said that Obama was doing a good job and that healthcare would end up being better for everyone, and people should just let the smoke clear. This is her prediction for 2010. Apparently, she doesn't know that the Healthcare Reform Act isn't in full force until 2014, and so therefore her prediction didn't even have a chance of coming true in 2010. She said that weather would be more unpredictable than it was in 25 years, which is wrong on many accounts. The weather is just as predictable. It snowed twice where I live this year, and as bizarre as that is, because it normally doesn't happen, and as much as it was a huge shock that there would be snow on Christmas Eve, or I'm sorry, on Christmas Day, all of the weather reports predicted it. So, it's predictable. It's just unusual, which maybe that's what she meant. She claimed for several years straight now that train travel and buses would have more accidents. There would be terrorist activity. And I'm not seeing any increase there. My favorite, though, was the last one, and it was for new X-ray equipment that would be in major airports. That was going to be this, innovative technology. This is in 2010. Do keep in mind that this technology was starting to surface in 2002. After 9/11, people were putting a lot of effort into this, and there was 21 of them in major airports by the year 2008, with 120 slated to go out in 2009. There was a report done on this. So if you are in 2009 and someone like Sylvia Browne who travels on a regular basis going to these different conferences and lectures and whatever, and you watch from 2008 to 2009 go from 21 to 120, big freaking surprise that in 2010 all of a sudden they're going to pop up in more major airports. Way to go, Sherlock. Her 2009 predictions weren't any better. Here's a quick recap of some blunders that she had. She said that we would find all the oil we needed in Alaska. That there would be more regulations on Wall Street, and new loan companies that were better government regulated would start springing up. There would be an end in the war in Iraq by fall of 2010. All of the troops will be home fall 2010. They're still there. That Britney Spears would be ill and miss 4 months of the year of some tour. That Katie Couric would be replaced on CBS by someone else from one of the other morning shows. She thought that there would be a large ocean liner that would run aground in March. She thought that there was going to be a terrorist attack overseas in late January of 2009 close to Paris. And she thought that there was going to be major worker strikes for the building industry and the dock industries, and waste management as well, all in June and July. What's so bad is even on the easy ones, she actually predicted that there would be, get this, tornadoes in states that are in Tornado Alley and hurricanes in Florida and the Gulf Coast. Way to go. Way to really stick your neck out on the line. But even on those, she got it wrong, because she said it was going to be worse, and actually it hadn't been as bad. There's more activity, there's more stuff going on, but the actual hurricanes that landed weren't worse than what she was claiming that it was going to be. She said that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were going to split up. She picked a few old people and said they would have health problems. Again, way to put your neck on the line. Turns out those didn't even happen either. And the last one that I'll pick on here is that she claimed that there was going to be a large bank robbery of a Brinks truck in June, and the people would get away. I searched for bank robberies involving Brinks trucks, and I did find one big article from Miami where there were 4 different robbery attempts happening within an hour of each other. All of them were for minor, relatively speaking, amounts of money. And they did not all get away, although I didn't see anything on as far as one of them getting concluded, but it wasn't in June either. So even when she was kind of right, she was still wrong. So how can you people who think this woman is real, and I'm hoping at least some of you have made it to this video, how can you think this woman is even remotely legitimate when even when she goes after easy targets, she still can't get it right? Don't take my word for it. Think for yourselves.